Hi, this is Becca coming to you from the FemCycle Collab with another women-centric ZRL Recon. This is the April series. This is week 1 on Hell of the North in France. This is a team time trial. So you can see the Velo viewer up here. This is an interesting course, mostly in that it is quite short and there is a huge feature at the end, which is going to take riders between around 5 minutes and around 10 minutes, depending on your category. So the TLDR for team time trials, as I have said before, is don't forget to change your bike to a TT bike. That is crucial. Find a DS or designate a road captain if you can to keep your riders in order. Don't slow down and don't drop riders unintentionally. That is a crucial mistake and it'll take lots of time that you don't have to collect them. If you can get 6 riders on this course in April, when most riders are starting to go outside, then definitely do it. This has a very specific and interesting challenge in that there are power-ups, or there are supposedly going to be power-ups on this course. So just draft fans, but you'll get them at 4 different banners throughout the course, and you're supposed to have one at the start. That's going to change this game a lot. And as most riders who have ever done a team time trial know, they haven't been in game. Power-ups haven't been in game for TTTs. So this is something new. And I think it's an interesting challenge. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it because who knows if it's going to work. Hypothetically, you're supposed to get a draft fan in the pen. That means that each of you will have a draft fan to use in the first 6 kilometers before you hit the first banner. And in that time, each of you can use it for 40 seconds. And you don't want to use it together, obviously, unless you have one rider who is so much better than the rest of the riders in the race that you just want to rotate everyone into second position and have them use their draft fan just to stay behind that superstar. I think that it's going to be up to each team to decide how to use those power-ups. I think the best positions to use them would be in position 2 and in the last position. So either you come off the front and you go to the back and you use your power-up and you've got 40 seconds worth of a true recovery, or as you slide into second position before you take your pull, use the power-up then. So you can see the course notes here. Everybody's familiar with the first part of this course, which is the 3 kind of shallow climbs that lead through the intestines. You're gonna want to use your power up in this area, depending on your strength, right? If you're a climber, then you probably don't want to use it on a hill. If you're a lightweight rider, you probably want to use it on the descents. But each of the descents is less than 40 seconds. So you might jostle more than in regular TTTs because you're using that draft fan. But remember, it's going to be of greater effect when you are traveling faster. So you can see that there's mini bumps after the 3, lead-in climbs, and I'm doing air quotes even though you can't see it, before you get the first power-up. And then the middle of the course is fairly flat and not a lot going on until you hit a momentum killer around 12.5 kilometers. That is a spot that I think riders can make up time on other teams by attacking and trying not to lose speed. And then after that, you're going to enter a 3-kilometer area that looks pretty flat, but it's not, because it's, tiny ups, tiny downs. You may jostle. You want to make sure that you don't slow down too much. So I would approach it like I approach the S's, which is using your RPM, getting very high RPM on the downhills, and then just using it like a roller coaster. To the uphills will slow down your RPM, and then you go up again on the downhills. You hit the petite KOM at 17.4 kilometers, and you're definitely going to want to save that last power up for the petite KOM. If you have a rider that's really going to struggle on that hill, then maybe work them into the rotation more in the first 17 kilometers so that they really feel like they've contributed a lot. And then let them help on the first part of the petite KOM and then maybe fall off. If you don't have 6 riders, then I would try to keep everyone together until the top. Until 18.4 kilometers, it is fairly draftable. And then it's really what you have left in the tank. And everybody needs to be able to go as hard as possible to finish that climb. It's only 20.1 kilometers, but that last 3 kilometers is a doozy. So good luck to everybody, and use your draft van to great effect. I really hope that this works in game, because I think it's a fascinating challenge, and you're going to have 5 of them. So that's a lot of time to recover, and don't waste it, right? Like, don't use it if you're coming on the front. You know that a draft van only works when you're behind someone. Don't save it for the top of the petite KOM. I just don't think that's a good idea. You're already going slow. So try to use it to save as many matches as you can so that you can go hard on that last climb. So good luck and have fun, and talk to everyone later.